Get everything fixed up here. Okay, I think I am live. And I'm treating this just like I'm making a video. So there you go. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Nobody's here yet. That's okay. I have several more boxes of albums that I've bought either from Discogs or Hey Barry and Calvin. Jeff, hi folks. This is there was no notice or anything, and this is kind of a pop-up, but there's kind of a reason I chose to go ahead and do this tonight, and I'll get into that. I'm going to give I know for sure that the Sock Monkey's coming in, so I'm going to give him a chance to get in, and he's encouraged me. I wasn't sure I ever wanted to do this anymore, but my friend has encouraged me to do so, and there are some things going on for other reasons why I felt like it was a good idea to do. So I told him I'm just going to treat it like it's a regular video. I'm just making a video, and I got these boxes of albums that I haven't opened, just in case I decide I wanted to do this, and do the ripping albums. And again, I kind of want to open them so I can listen to them and see them, they're used albums. And I kind of trust the people that I'm buying from, but you never know, if you spend hard-earned money on an album, pretty soon after you get it, you need to make sure that everything is right and it plays okay and everything's good, or you can, like at Collectico, where I buy most of my albums, I can send them back. They're very good about letting you return them if they have a problem, because they can't play every one and make sure there's no skips or no issues. And sometimes you can look at them and they look pristine, they look perfect, but it'll be like on song 3 of side 2, something goes haywire, and it's the grooves in albums are almost microscopic. Okay, so apparently the Sock Monkey is having trouble getting in, because I just talked to him on the phone and he was headed this way. So I wonder if I should call him and see if everything's okay. Siri, no, never mind. I'm just going to get started. It'll be all right. I'm sure there's a reason for it, and even if he is trying to get in and y'all are here, is everything still okay? Are y'all still here? Somebody give me a thumbs up if everything's still working as it should. Well, my thing, as far as I can see on my screen, everything is still going fine. Oh, sounds good. Okay, so we're still rolling. Here we go. So like Surfer does the thing where he covers up the name of the movie stars and shows the cards. That's what I do with the album. And see, you'd have to be old like me maybe to recognize some of these. But anybody know what the missing word is there? Whose greatest hits is this? I'll go, I don't know, 8 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, ask whose album is this? Yeah, that's it. I told you the answer. It's the Who's. The Who's greatest album. Who's greatest hits. And it has so one of the songs on here is Pinball Wizard. Who knew that? So the Who had a hit with Pinball Wizard, and also Elton John, same song. Both of them had a hit with the same song, and not that far apart, to tell you the truth. So this is actually, I didn't just crack open this box. The last time I did this, I don't want these to go too long. People have lives, nobody wants to be here forever. Hey, Sock Monkey, thank you. We were getting worried about you. Waited for you a little bit and decided to move on. And I'll give him a chance. You get 5 seconds, Sock Monkey. All right, ready? We already did this one. Whose greatest hits album is this? Can you get it? What do you think, Sock Monkey? Whose greatest hits album is this? He said who? He is correct, right? Y'all knew that already. All right. So, oh yeah. Oh, I remember buying this. Okay, this album is simply called, okay, who can recognize this album by the cover when you can't see the name? This is called The Beatles, simply The Beatles. And this is a 1976 pressing. Okay, this record is what's called an OG. It's the original pressing of this record. And the downsides of this particular copy is this is from the very famous at Collectco, the Wickham collection. Whoever Wickham was, they collected a lot of great albums, and Collectco bought them in mass, like the thousands or ever how many tens of thousands. I don't know how many albums, a lot of albums. And Wickham liked to write his name on there. And as if you watched these with me before, you know that that's a bad thing to do to an album cover. And you can see the wear on the cover, the ring wear. Maybe you can see it. Trust me, it has it. That's not good. And like I said, the last time, people that collect albums now and they love their albums, they don't even put the record inside the cover anymore. The album is in its protective sleeve and inside the cover sleeve, but not inside the cardboard, I guess, for lack of a better word, cover, because it causes that wear. And so anyway, this is a very highly desirable album, and it's a 2-record set. It comes with some special things. It comes with a song sheet. Every song on this album, all of the lyrics are on this song sheet. I do a horrible job of keeping up with chat. Y'all chat amongst yourselves. I'll try to get better at looking down at that, mostly to see if anybody's asking me a question. But yeah, it's pretty cool, the lyrics of all of these songs. And it has some over on this side. There are some pictures and photos. This is, in a way, what would be called a collector's item, this album. I'm very, very happy to have this added to my collection. In addition to this song sheet, we have, and if these were signed, this would be worth tens of thousands, I don't know, probably $25,000, but they're not. There are copies of this where these are signed. There are photos of all 4 of the Beatles when they actually looked like, when they were young men, right? There's John Lennon. I didn't always agree with John Lennon's take on some things, but it broke my heart when some asshole shot him. It was just a horrible day. So anyway, what a bummer. Why do I want to throw in something like that? John Lennon is a great artist. They all were. I mean, the Beatles they're legendary. I don't have to tell anybody that. Their music lives on. There is a movie out there called Yesterday, and it's about a guy. There's this horrible storm. It's sort of unbelievable. It's way out there, but after the storm, this guy comes to realize he plays a song. He got a new guitar, and he plays a Beatles song for his friends. They're like sitting around on the beach, and they say, "That's a beautiful song. What is that?" And he tells them, "That's the Beatles, And they're like, "Who? We never heard of that before." Well, as it turns out, nobody in the world. It's like the Beatles were erased. Nobody has ever heard of the Beatles. So he starts singing their songs, like reintroduces the world to the Beatles songs. I know it sounds kind of corny, but it's better than it sounds because, for one thing, there's a lot of Beatles music in the movie. I loved it so much. Watched it with my daughters, and yeah. Oh, look. Speaking of, one thing I was going to say, I did talk about the Who had a hit with Pinball Wizard, right? And the other guy that did was this guy. So I didn't cover anything up, and you've seen it already, so we can't play the game now. Actually, I don't. Yeah, there it is, right there. Oh, everything's reversed. Elton John, Captain Fantastic. I've collected several Elton John albums. I think he's a great musician. So many great songs. His discography is very impressive. Oh, I know who will like this. Okay, here we go. Let's see if he can recognize it, or if anybody can recognize it. Somebody here is a fan of these folks. Does anybody know whose album that is? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Who likes the Marshall Tucker Band? You can't see that very good, can you? There you go. Yep. Marshall Tucker Band. And I like them a lot. It's I'm not even sure how to describe the Marshall Tucker Band. It's not truly country, I don't think, and it's sure not rock and roll. And they're kind of, I don't know what. Sock Monkey, you're a big fan of the Marshall Tucker Band. What category would you put their music in? Is it kind of like folk, Southern folk rock or something? Yes. Southern rock, but it's not quite as high powered as some Southern rocks. I think the Marshall Tucker Band is very different than, say, Leonard Skinner, which is a Southern rock band. But anyway, by any category or name you call them, they make great music. They did. Okay, this might be a little controversial amongst some of this group. I don't know. You may all love it. I detested this when it first came out because I just didn't. I was very anti-rap, anti-hip-hop, whatever movement, all the stuff. They were about killing cops, and it was just a very negative thing for me at first. But I have come to really like Kid Rock and his music. So this is a brand new unsealed record. Okay. Thank you, Chris. Irish World, love you guys. I love coming to your lives. I like the people that you've introduced me to. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You're great. You're just freaking great. Y'all have fun at volleyball. Okay, Berry Berry. Didn't know they had a gospel album until recently. Berry Berry, are you talking about the Marshall Tucker Band has a gospel album? If that's right, I wouldn't mind having that. If it's, I'm not saying I like all gospel or I will buy it just because it's gospel music. But if I'm going to listen to gospel music, I'm thinking the Marshall Tucker Band would sing, that would have the kind of thing that I would enjoy. Yeah, Barry says, yes, the Marshall Tucker Band has a gospel album. I will look into that. I have quite a few gospel albums, and I actually listen to those sometimes, especially on Sundays. It's just, I don't know, I guess my version of church in a way. I like George. I forgot to play the game. I'm horrible at this game. I could never be a game show host. That we would get canceled after episode 1. Okay. So anyway, George Thorogood. This will probably be about the 5th or 6th album in my collection by George, and this is the only one that I left that I wanted that I didn't have. So this kind of completes my George Thorogood collection. Okay, I'm going to remember the thing now. And I'll give you all a hint. If hiking with Jackie, there you are. Kevin is here. That's right. Kevin, I bet you might get this. Kevin might be able to get this. My fingers won't cover it all up. So you're going to see one letter in the middle, and I'll tell you the album name. It's called One Night. And 8, 7, 6. There's an out of focus picture of the artist too. 5, 4. We talked about this recently. Kevin, you told me a factoid about this guy during a chat, I don't know, a few weeks ago. Arlo Guthrie, Alice's Restaurant. I don't know if that song is on this actual album, but I like listening to Arlo Guthrie. Very creative. he definitely didn't. He wasn't a follower. He went his own way, right? I don't know. Let's see, Hiking with Jackie Boys here, Berry Berry, the K and Mac Project, Ari's World Had to Leave, and I think Calvin the Boston Terrierist. I messed up. I said it right every time today when I went shopping for Calvin, and now I messed it up. Calvin the Boston Terrierist. Oh, we need to do something here. I need to go add as moderator. Got it. Calvin got a wrench. There's a gift for Calvin. A blue wrench. Calvin always wanted a blue wrench. I just know it. Okay, so I think I know who will get this one. And let me figure out how to get this covered up. Yeah, here we go. I'm hiding what I can. You might be able to see a little bit of it, but okay, who gets it? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I told you the night I ordered this one, Sock Monkey. Okay, here we go. The Amazing Rhythm Aces. Their most famous song, I think their most famous song is probably, how's it go? Low Rent Rendezvous. I can remember Low Rent Rendezvous, and I can't remember the first part of it. Something romance. Somebody help me out here. Anyway, I like that song, and I like the Amazing Rhythm Aces. Okay. I thought the Sock Monkey might get this one. I bet everybody will get this one. You should be ashamed of yourself if you don't get this one. They even made a movie about him. It was a great movie. Jamie Foxx starred in the role. And who is that guy right there? Okay, everybody knows that, right? Third Rate Romance, Low Rent Rendezvous. There we go. Man, could let Ray Charles sing or what? The guy is he's just amazing. And his life story is amazing. And I enjoyed that movie a lot. Jamie Foxx did a wonderful job playing that role. It was like you were watching Ray Charles, and it was just so cool. Let's see some of the songs that are on this. Somebody just mentioned a song. Let's just see. Bye Bye Love, You Don't Know Me, Half as Much, I Love You So Much It Hurts, Just a Little Lovin', Born to Lose. And that Ray Charles could sing Born to Lose so good. Yep. You Win Again, good song. I Can't Stop Loving You. And that just about make you cry right there. Ray Charles singing I Can't Stop Loving You. Okay, so let's see. Chris is gone. Ari's World is gone. But Kevin lives really near where this band was. I'm pretty sure where this band was based out of. Not far from it. They even, you could see that. Well, come on. I'll still do it. Okay. I'll wait a few seconds. I know that the glare is making this hard. Okay. So the Doobie Brothers, right? The Doobies. China Grove. China Grove, if I'm not mistaken, is not very far from San Antonio. And the song that's what inspired that song, is that little town. If you're still here, Kevin, how far is China Grove from you? Okay, so I've got 10 more minutes. That's the end of that box. I had started that box into my last one, but when it got to be 30 minutes, I stopped. And I went ahead and made sure the next box, so I didn't waste 5 minutes like I did one time trying to get the box open. I went ahead and opened the seal on this one and got it ready to go. And here's another one that's somebody here might get. Okay. Running Like the Wind. Who can get that? Okay. We've had one of their albums before already tonight, just a few minutes ago, and talked about it, about somebody called the Sock Monkey really likes this band. Berry, I would love to. My vintage Pioneer stereo, an SX 9000, was called the original Powerhouse at the time, or has come to be called the original Powerhouse. And unfortunately, it's my understanding I can't do that because YouTube gets really mad at you. And they will give you a strike on your video. And if you get 3 strikes in 30 days or 90 days, anyway, I don't want to fight that battle. I read one time about this, the fair usage laws, whatever. And some people interpret that you can play 10 or 15-second clips of different records. And I've done so much research, and there's so much mixed information. And YouTube they have their policy out there, and it is clear as mud. You can't. There's people, our channels. I sent Sock Monkey a link recently. There's this guy that goes to car shows. He's been doing this for 7 years. If you go back 7 years ago, he has like an hour-and-a-half car show video where he's showing these really fine cars, and all he's playing in the background is classic rock, good rock and roll music by major artists. And it's all still up. And he says in the comment things, somebody asked him, I saw one where a commenter said, hey, how do you get by copyright? And the guy says, I'm not monetized. I'm not going to try to get monetized. So they never say anything to me. And I don't think I'll never be monetized. So that's not my concern. It's just, but I don't want to put a lot of time and effort into my channel and the YouTube videos that I have out there. And I want them to be available in the future for my family when I'm gone. So who's that guy? Anybody know who that guy? This is a country album. But if you like country music, he's a pretty familiar face. He has a very great and long song list. Yes, Berry, Don Williams. Great. I think very underappreciated singer. He has so many good songs. And I don't remember what songs are on this record that I decided to buy it. But there was a couple that I really liked, and it was $10, and it's in EX Plus condition, meaning it's only one level below mint. So I thought that was a pretty good. I have a bin. I'm probably going to wind up being 2 bins by the time I'm done. I've got 7 minutes left of classic country. My favorite classic country, the music that I grew up with. I'm not a big fan of more recent country, except for Lainey Wilson. I kind of like her. I think she's pretty good. Okay, so what the hell is that? I don't know what this is. This happens. So they sell thousands of. Oh, I know what it is. Never mind. I do know now. The cover of it threw me off. Did y'all see that? Does anybody know who that is? I'll tell you. I think she was born in, if I'm not mistaken, I think she was born in Beaumont, Texas. Somewhere down the Gulf Coast. Then she went to California and got into the hippie scene. Yeah, Janis Joplin. So this album has, there's something on it. I don't remember why I bought this. I think I bought it because it was cheap. But anyway, I'm not a huge Janis Joplin fan, but some of her songs I really like. And if you ever watched it, Bette Midler played Janis Joplin in The Rose, the movie The Rose, which is really good. I'm going to say Janis Joplin. She's part of the 27 Club. I'm going to say Janis Joplin. Oh, I see. What does that mean, the 27 Club? I'm glad you said so. One reason I wanted to go ahead and do this is just to bring up the fact I'm pretty happy about this too. The Sock Monkey and I are going to see Ted Nugent live day after tomorrow. And I know some of y'all live not close by, but within a reasonable distance of Brenham, Texas. So I really, I guess you'd say I kind of splurged or whatever, or had a brain fart and just went nuts or something. But I got when I first found out that Ted Nugent, and that's why I'm wearing this shirt, the Kenny store. Normally when I do this, I wear some kind of rock and roll shirt, a band shirt. Well, this place is fixing to be a rock and roll place because Ted Nugent's coming to town. And I have a VIP table. Hi, Mary. Thank you for coming. Up front, like there's the stage and then there's the dance floor, which there won't be any. And there's our table. We're one of the tables up front, a VIP table at the Kenny store. It's a really cool venue. I did a video about it. If you haven't seen that, you can go see what I'm talking about. And Uncle Ted is coming Saturday, and I have a seat available. I have one seat at the table available if anybody wants to drive to Brenham Saturday and be here by about 4 o'clock or 4:30 in the afternoon. The show starts at 5:30 and ends at 10. And I got 4 minutes left. Let's go. This one will be easy. So the email I use for my YouTube account is rtsaw@gmail.com. If anybody wants to go see Ted Nugent, let me know. Okay, you're going to know this. Who's that lady right there? She's a great singer. Really pretty lady, too. Oh, Kevin has seen Ted Nugent. Cool. Anybody get it? Yeah, Linda Ronstadt. I like her. And I probably wouldn't collect a whole bunch of Linda Ronstadt albums. That's why I do like greatest hits albums of artists like this, of ones that I like some of their songs, but I really don't want to invest in 8 or 10 of their different records to have all those songs available to listen to on vinyl. And all right. So this one's for my daughter. I already have a copy of this, and I bought this for her. And we covered this in the last one. And I will repeat something very interesting that I found out about these folks. You're going to know what it is immediately, anybody. So I don't even think I need to worry about hiding it, right? It's Boston. And I had never known this until recently. I've been listening to Boston since the late 1970s. And they have this theme of their album covers being spaceships. And do you know what? Every one of those spaceships is a guitar when you look at it. And the last time I went and got my other 3 or so, whatever, and you look at it, and yep, it's a guitar, every one of them. And I never knew that. I think that's pretty cool rock and roll trivia. So see how they ship this? They do not put the album in the cover. And as I listen to and since I've learned this, since I listen to my records, I don't put the album back in the cover either. It's in its own protective sleeve inside the cover protective sleeve. And that's how they stay best without getting any more wear. And this is not a new unsealed album. This is an OG. And it is in mint condition. It's a very nice add to my collection. And I think Boston is going to probably close it out. Let's do one more. I got 1 minute. We'll see if we can get it in. I can't cover this one up because they say it. It's written all over it, but it's no big deal. Oh, this is Peter Frampton, but I got one that's pretty recognizable here. Let's see if we can get this. Okay. There we go. Last one. I don't know. Rock and roll, a decade of rock and roll from 1970 to 1980. Anybody recognize that album cover? So, Jeff, this all started with a couple of boxes of albums that were my wife's and mine. And my daughter was helping me declutter, is what we called it. We came across those boxes of albums, and I didn't have any way to play them. And she's come to like vinyl too. And right quick, I ordered this little thing from Amazon. It was a piece of crap. So then I started looking for vintage stereo equipment. And as I accumulated that and had a nice stereo, I wanted some more albums. And my daughter took about half of great albums, which I'm happy about. I love that she loves the music that I love. but I needed a copy of that album, and I didn't want to take the one she had taken, that she had borrowed or whatever, back. So anyway, that I went off on the road of collecting. It started with certain albums that I had when I was young that I wanted a copy of. I would buy those at Discogs. And then I discovered Collectco, which is the place that they're live every night, 7 days a week on YouTube and Facebook. And they sell vinyl albums. They buy collections of tens of thousands of albums, and they sell them. They grade them, they clean them, and then they put them up for sale. And I have to avoid that place because I can't afford. My album's almost cool. That's a very long answer to your question, and I would say I don't know how many I have right now. I'm going to say probably around 300 or 400, maybe. I don't know. I think I'll count them, and it'll be an estimate because I can see about how many are in each bin, and then multiply that by the bins that I have. But those bins, they look like milk crates, kind of. They're about that size. Right now, I have six bins. So I don't know. That's a good question. I have most of what I really set out to get, but now when I go to Collectco, something comes up and I'm like, oh man, that is cool. I'd really like to have that. Just one more. I'll just buy this one more, right? So, and then I get they invoice you every Monday. And so there have been some Mondays I open my invoice. I'm like, holy crap, what did I do? I got to stay away from that place. But anyway, I've gone 2 minutes over. I'm glad I decided to do this. Thank you, Sock Monkey, for encouraging me to do it again. And I know this was a pop-up, and I figured I'll just do it like I'm making a video. And if anybody comes in, fine. And if they don't, that's fine. And y'all did. And I love you guys. And very cool. I'm glad you're here. And if you want to go see Ted Nugent, hit me up. All right. Y'all have fun. Have a wonderful evening. I'll see you next time.